What's up, family? Is Social Security canceling monthly payments? Well, I have a story that I want to share with you real quick. It says right here that in New York City, yes, they have suspended Social Security payouts to some disabled foster children, and they only did it to protect some of their federal funding. Yes, check this out right here where it says that some disabled foster children in New York City aren't receiving individual Social Security payments, even though, according to the mayor, Adams, his administration had rolled out a new policy about 2 years ago that was designed to let the vulnerable children use the federal benefits to build up their personal savings accounts, according to the latest data. Now, this new policy was enacted back in the summer of 2022, which required the City of Administration for Children's Services to stop using Social Security payments to cover the cost of housing and other services for foster children that were entitled to the monthly payments due to the qualifying disabilities. Now, under this new policy or this policy shift, the money instead was to be put into a savings account that the kids could tap into upon exiting their foster system. Now, in a statement, they said that, look, this is their money and they deserve to use it as they choose to, as they see fit. But according to the new documents they quietly released by the Administration for Children's Services last month, it revealed that the agency hasn't allowed foster children to grow their nest eggs in these savings accounts if the benefits they're eligible for is in the form of a Social Security check, which is from the Social Security Supplemental Security Income, or better known as the SSI. So anyways, this is rather shocking. They were not told about this. They ended up changing this particular rule, and they changed it 2 years ago, but most people, specifically foster children, were not even aware of this. And according to the new documents they quietly released by the administration, yes, they found out this information. They were pretty much stunned. And yes, like they said in this particular article, that the foster children was not even able to utilize the money that they had been growing in their nest egg. So this was rather shocking. And the SSI, the agency, has instead, since 2022, has been telling the Social Security Administration Office to suspend those benefits for those children for the duration of their stays in the city's foster care system. The documents say the agency does so because if it allowed those children to receive SSI, the city would be ineligible under a federal restriction to receive a separate form of funding that helps it cover overall foster care children and their costs. And just so you know, that New York City has one of the largest amounts of young people or that are in foster care, and they have roughly around 6,455 people that are considered as foster children. And according to one particular young child, which was about 20 years old, she was eligible for SSI due to a learning disability and a mood disorder, disabilities that make children eligible for SSI, including everything from learning impairments to mobility issues. So anyways, that is just one example right there. But the biggest question is, why would they end up stopping this? Just so they can save face to their federal funding for the city of New York. Obviously, there was a lot of money involved there, and they figured it would be better and easier if they just cut out it altogether. However, I think the biggest problem right here is that the Social Security Administration Office has this rule in place that makes the city ineligible if they provide these SSI payments to disabled children. So I believe that is the biggest issue right here. And shockingly enough, the individuals were not even aware of this until recently. And like I said, they only found this out because of some documents had revealed this information. Actually, this particular document came out 2 days later, talking about that. The document stated that they revealed that foster children in New York City had their Social Security benefits stripped away from them, despite, according to the new policy from the mayor, which was pledging that the funds would go into a savings account. But anyways, what do you think about this? I know it doesn't necessarily apply to most people, but some people, especially in New York, they do have or know someone that is a foster children that is in foster care. And again, many children ranging from those with learning disabilities or mental disorders qualify for money but miss out on it because of the past policies that have been put in place, and they're supposed to go into a savings account, and that is not what's happening. And again, according to one particular individual, this is their money and they deserve to use it however they choose to, not just on specific items. Again, I would agree if this is their money, but then again, I don't make all of the rules. But what do you guys think about this? Like I said, it doesn't apply to everyone. So I just wanted to at least let you know that children are going without right now because they have recently been told that they are not receiving their SSI payments on a monthly basis. So anyways, guys, moving on, we do need to go ahead and talk about something that just happened in Missouri, in which the Senate, they are working to guarantee benefits to foster children. This is somewhat similar to the issue that we just talked about in New York City. However, for Missouri, they're changing things up a little bit. It says that the Missouri Senate has given initial approval to legislation that would protect a parent's Social Security benefits for children. This particular bill from Senator Holly Thompson, which is a Republican in Scott City, would ensure that children whose parents have died or are disabled will receive the benefit as they age out of the system, saying in a statement that, look, this is a bill for foster children that are already really being treated, just adding one more thing on top of what they are already receiving by having their Social Security benefits withheld from them. Under this legislation, money held for the child will not be used to pay for care or services, but the benefits through the U.S. Retirement Board, Social Security, or through a VA could be used to care for other unmet needs aside from the typical responsibilities. Now, according to Senator Mike Moon, he said he takes issue with this particular bill due to the several child-related amendments that were added recently, asserting that it could be unconstitutional. So I'm just wanting to, again, just to express the caution for all those concerned here that we try to do what you're attempting to do and try to keep that focus as narrow as possible with the original bill that is in place. Redler cites studies showing that providing financial support for tuition, housing, and other necessities significantly increases a child's chances of success as they transition into adulthood. Currently, she said that the money is absorbed by the state, and a similar version of this bill passed recently in the House on Wednesday. So now they're waiting for this bill to also get passed in the Senate as well. So again, this is a little bit different. They are trying to pass a new piece of legislation that would allow the monies that is received from Social Security to be going to the foster child, and they can spend it on whatever they choose to. Again, this is for Missouri, a little bit different from what we saw in New York. However, this is an awesome bill. Hopefully New York will change the way they do things. Hopefully the law, or I believe on the Social Security Administration side, would change that as well for New York City. But again, New York is always different from every other state out there, just like California. So I'll just leave that right there. But anyways, also guys, those individuals that receive SSI payments on a monthly basis, hey, you could be eligible to receive much more money. According to this new issue that just came out less than a week ago, it says that more than 2 million SSI recipients, including many with disabilities who had their benefits reduced or discontinued during the pandemic, will see a relief under this new law settlement. Yes, the Social Security Administration Office has agreed to automatically waive some of the overpayments that occurred between the months of March and September of 2020, and the agency will refund individuals as appropriately if they have already repaid the funds. Remedies are also available for those who had benefit overpayments as recently as April of 2023. Now, the steps are part of a nationwide settlement reached late last year to resolve the 2021 federal lawsuit that accused Social Security Administration of wrongly slashing or cutting off SSI benefits during the COVID-19 pandemic. This particular class action lawsuit, known as Campos versus Kajahazi, alleged that beneficiaries are penalized or were penalized after they were unable to provide information to Social Security or challenge the agency's decisions because the agency stopped processing certain paperwork and closed its field offices for more than 2 years during the pandemic. You guys know what I'm talking about. We have talked about this a few times on previous videos back in 2021, and here they are. They finally have a lawsuit on the table, and that lawsuit wants to repay some of those overpayments that were retracted. It wants to give that money back, and it looks like about $2 million will be used, offered by the Social Security Administration Office, to provide back to SSI recipients. And so again, like I said, if you were affected by this, I know some of you were not. I know a couple of people personally that were affected by this. It looks like they are trying to give some of that money back, as according to this latest lawsuit. Again, this is a settlement. It does what SSA should have done in the first place. Make sure that SSI recipients are not penalized or denied benefits essential for their survival as a result of the circumstances that were outside of their control. It was not under their control. It was under the administration's control. So this settlement provides crucial relief by putting money back into the pockets of SSI recipients who are still recovering from the tremendous challenges that they faced during the global pandemic. Nearly 250,000 SSI recipients are expected to have benefits credited back to their accounts automatically under this new settlement, this new law agreement. So anyways, guys, what do you think about that? This is some huge news, because this was some unexpected funds that will be coming to your, I guess, your banking account, your savings account, however you receive your Social Security Administration checks in the mail. And the agency said that they will mail a notice by the spring of 2025. I know, guys, not this year, 2025, to SSI recipients that were assessed an overpayment between March of 2020 and April of 2023. So again, if you want more information about this, you can always Google it, or you can go to your Social Security Administration's website to look up more information about this. So again, they say you don't have to do anything. You should be receiving a letter by next year. I know, guys, don't forget about it. You should receive a letter next year sometime, and then that should tell you exactly when you can expect to receive those benefits to be put back onto your, however, your form of SSI monthly payments. Again, hopefully that information was helpful to you. Anyways, guys, what do you think about this? I know there was a lot that we unpacked it in this video. Sometimes I talk a little bit fast, so hopefully you could follow along with me. But again, like I said, most of these is affecting SSI recipients, specifically those individuals that are claiming disability, and then also those children, guys, that have different types of disabilities or disorders. If they are in a foster care system, this also affects them as well. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this. Comment down below, as well as if you haven't already, please hit the like button for me. It only takes a second. And then if you haven't already, guys, please take the time to subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow on YouTube. But outside of all of that, I hope to see you on the next video.